The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success. Many people who shift out of limiting beliefs roar with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The truth is funny. Shift happens. Feel instant relief. Stay tuned for more fun and release struggle and suffering. And now, here's your host, Colette Steffen.
Hi, everyone. This is Colette Marie Steffen, and you're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio Network. And I'm so happy to say, week by week, as I come on this show, my website is becoming more and more beautiful. And I really, really am happy to say that the dragons are up, and they're in their new form, which is they're directly from Stuart, and they're like really, really bright and shiny and very, very pretty. I'm really happy with it. And so, he was just so amazed because we got them all up so fast. Everybody was ready here for the dragons when they showed up. So I just want to, I'm so happy that that's done. That's a 14-year project. And to know that they're all organized, and now I can phone my product guy and start talking to him about, T-shirts. And we've been talking about doing this with the dragons for a long time. But for now, for this show, last week, I was talking about what's going on kind of in the world and with my clients. And I had a lot of feedback from you regarding that show, like, and from my clients too. And so I kind of want to continue along that vein. Normally I would have a guest on today's show, but with everything that I have to do, I didn't feel like I would be able to do it justice. The other thing that I have to say that's so exciting is that my face yoga program starts on Valentines Day. And that's Face Your Day with a Splash. And it's also the Pillow Talk, the Sweet Dreams. And so that's at 6:00 a.m. I'm going to be doing it live, and then I'll be recording it. And so if you purchase that, you will be able to get it within the 24-hour period to do the next morning. So I don't have a library as of yet. And so that's what we're creating. And so we've got an awesome special out for Valentine's Day, which is also, I have 2 ads out there. You'll be seeing them. We're launching all of this in the next couple days or today. And we have a special going on where you can take face yoga, drop into one of my yoga classes. They're 30 minutes. In the morning, there's a warm up. There's 2 poses, an energetic upgrade for your day. And I'm sharing psychosomatic tips of purposeful communication. And every morning I have a special that we're going to do together. And when you come on the face yoga program, you'll be able to see all this. So I'm really pumped about it, because just even getting ready for it, oh my God, I'm just so excited. This is something that in case you weren't aware, I started studying this back in April, the beginning of April, face yoga. And I am so blown away by how much it's empowered me in how I feel, and just my mood changes when I do it. My hair, the pigment gets darker in that. So I decided that I knew this was going to be a very, very, very busy year for me. So I decided that I would get all my programs, as much as I can, set up online and do as much as I can. And it's challenging right now to get things done a little bit, because so many people are on short staff, and there's just a lot going on. And so I'm gradually putting this all up. And then in the evening at 9 o'clock, I'm going to have the pillow talk, and that will be a cool down and 2 poses. So as I've been working on this to organize it, I have in the morning, I'm going to work on right now, I'm going to work on the two areas of our face that carry the most stress, which is the forehead area first in the mornings. And then I'm going to work on the jaw, because so many of you have said that you have issues with your, with grinding your teeth, etc. And so the evening face yoga is at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And it is going to be it's a cool down, two poses, a cool down. And I want to do some foot exercises a little bit that help to empower you to rest easy and go to sleep. And this is really important because right now, it's the queen bee of the house that sets the tone. And so when the queen bee is resting easy, the whole house rests easy. And you had many of the issues that children have when they can't go to sleep at night, or if they have bad dreams and that, are actually coming from their subconscious and unconscious mind. So when the mother in the house sets the tone to be really relaxed and to be in this state of appreciation for life and reflection over the beauty of the day, it has a huge effect on everybody's sleep in the entire house. Generally, when it comes to, because it is Valentine's Day also, when it comes to love lives, the woman usually sets the tone for that also. So on the face yoga programs, I'm doing this for an entire year. And so I'm going to do my best to be live as much as I can. And as I get a library, then we'll be able to put one up right away. So for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that we decided for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have this special. So you can drop in with a friend and your friend gets to come for free. You can only bring the same friend once. But if you want to bring more than one friend the next day, go ahead. So that's kind of what I've set up so that we can kind of ease into it. And I've never ever in my life ever been like a girly girl. So I'm really excited to be doing this for myself. I want to mention also, I am correcting energy today, 1-800-930-2819. We're live on Facebook also. I have not been on social media or had time to do a whole lot getting the website and that done, but I've had a lot of clients lately that have had some kind of major issues happening. So when that's happening for me, what I do is I have kind of a rule in my house. When I get very, very busy and it feels like there's overwhelm happening, I look after the people, the breathing first, the plants that need to be watered and fed, and then make that list. And I mentioned something about that last week because I feel this is crucial for us all right now. There's so much happening. The plan originally for me was on February 12th. We end 2020. So on February 12th, we moved in to the Chinese New Year of the Ox. And so my Baby Steps program, which is my introductory program for energetic upgrade, will be available for sale on that day. And I'm really pumped about that too. I sort of was going to have it earlier, and then I had this really brilliant, I feel, idea to change up the way I do it a little bit, and it really feels strong. I'm really excited about it. That will be up in the next couple days. And so this is what's all been going on in my life. And what I wanted to say is, because we're moving in to a new year here on the it's on the Chinese calendar. That's a lunar calendar. And I am noticing that it's having quite an effect on a lot of people. Like, a lot of people are telling me right now that they feel like they're having kind of like weeping, like just sessions of weeping. And just feeling kind of what's the word I want to use? It's not out of sorts. Most people, it's more like, how they're describing it is that normally they would be able to go and they would have plans to go travel or do something now. And that's the kind of out of sorts it is. It's coming up on an emotional and also on a spiritual level. So when I come back, I'll pull a few cards, and I'm going to energetically shift for the collective. If you want to call in, we can work on some stuff for you. This is the best time now. Like, we're moving into the year of the ox. Yes. Out of the year of the steel rat into the year of the steel ox. And so we need to move forward in a strong way. And so when we come back, we'll address that, and feel free to call in. We'll be right back.
Your favorite Transformation Talk radio shows are now on Spotify.
What?
Simply search out your favorite host or show by name, tap the subscribe button, and boom! With over 150 million active monthly users on Spotify, Transformation Talk Radio is thrilled to expand our reach so you never have to miss an episode. Well, what the heck are you waiting for? Log into Spotify and subscribe now.
Hi, I'm Patricia McNair, host of Divine Guidance with Patricia, and I'm here to help you live a more authentic, spiritually connected life. Join me every first and third Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Being who you are in everyday life is the key to unlocking soul wisdom within that our whole self already knows. Get ready to embrace your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being, your whole being. Discover your gifts and strengthen your connection to spirit. We will explore earth guidance, divine truth and love, past life lessons, and so much more. So listen in to Divine Guidance with Patricia and join in your personal adventure to triggering, opening, validating, and being all that you are. For more information about me, visit divineguidance.earth.
Hi, I'm Trish Laub from A Cup of Comfort, where we talk about Care Hero topics that nobody wants to talk about. Here's your Care Hero tip of the day. During all Care Hero journeys, the need to keep track of a lot of information arises, some of it critical. Possibly the greatest challenge Care Heroes face is the gathering and organizing of information. Just as every trade has a power tool, whether an electric drill or a laptop, my family's Care Hero power tool was the 3-ring binder. We generated a mini library of labeled 3-ring binders, one for each category of information, complemented with additional spiral notebooks used to detail medical appointments and episodes. This unfussy and convenient system of binders helped my family stay organized and able to deliver the dignified care and end of life my parents desired. Tune into my show to learn more. See you on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 12 Pacific here on Transformation Talk Radio. Feel free to reach out to me at info@trishlaub.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Colette Marie Steppen, and you're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. And I'm so excited today because the dragons are up on the site, and we're launching Face Yoga program on Singles Awareness Day. We do have a caller. I just want to mention this quickly. I was just saying to Olivia, my producer here, that Singles Awareness Day, better known as Valentine's Day, it depends on whether, I said to her, it depends on whether you have a lover that you like or not. So it's very interesting because of all the holidays, you would think like you've got Easter and you've got Christmas and you've got like a lot of other like bigger celebrated holidays. And a lot of people say, I don't even bother with Valentine's Day, but energetically out of all the holidays, this is the one that is the second most upsetting after Christmas if you don't get to be with someone. So that's why I wanted to launch the program for face yoga, because one of the most important things that we can do for our love life is to love ourselves first, so that we can, like, if we love ourselves first, then we can attract someone who loves the person we love, not the person we hope we're going to be in a year from now. And so I just wanted to bring that up for a lot of people. Like, we have like the Valentine's Day, Single Awareness Day, where it is pointed out to you, how your love life is doing. And we also have the end of a year. And whether or not you believe in Chinese New Year or whatever, it's not the one you follow, there's enough people on the planet that it has a huge impact on people. And we're moving into the year of the ox. And the year of the ox is about taking what you built up in 2020 and taking that and moving it forward with a steady goal in mind. And so it's really important right now, because I'm finding a lot of my clients right now are kind of at this place where they say, I'm just giving up. I'm just giving up. And I'm like, no, you're not going to give up. You're going to take a deep breath, get a bit of sunshine, strengthen the issue, and then come back to it. So what I'm saying is, there's on top of that, we've got Mercury in retrograde, which is like communication issues. And so everybody needs to remember that we're all going through a lot, and it's okay if one day you're feeling like, oh, it's all good, I've got it, I can handle this, I'm strong, and then all of a sudden you're a puddle. It's good to let these out. It's not good to suppress all this, and it's also very good if you want to move towards a strong future to address it now. So we're going to take the caller. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes when callers start calling in, then we never go back to what I started in the beginning. And I feel it's important for people to realize this. This is not a time to quit. Don't quit. Whatever you're working on, it's time to put it to breathe and recognize that the energy is shifting again. And the next couple days are going to be like this, because a lot of people around the planet are summarizing what their year went like and where they're at now. A lot of people do that at the end of the year. So we're just going to strengthen that for everybody. That I think I mentioned this on last week's show, because it's coming up again. And I just want to shift everybody to this, that it's good to have high standards. And it's also good to understand that right now you might have to not lower your standards, but you might have to have a little more patience. So, Olivia, we have a caller here.
Yes, we've got Trish from Okanagan. Trish,
hey, Trish.
You're on with Colette Marie Steffen.
Oh, Trisha, I miss you. I miss your smiling face. Oh, it's been a whole year. When's the last time I saw you?
Too long ago.
Yeah, it's not, so yeah, it just feels really good to hear your voice. And how are you doing? And what can I do for you today?
I'm struggling really hard, and I'm so thankful for all our Dragon Slayers and for all the support I'm getting out there.
Good.
Work situation still, and the work situation's coming to a close.
Mm-hmm. Many people this week, so I just want to clear this a little bit for you because it's coming up. There's very few people right now that are doing work in the same way that they used to do work. And so take a deep breath. I understand that you had some issues there, but I want you to take a deep breath. And because what's coming up is what I talked about, is how you're going into overwhelm, because it's like I am picking up like on your thought process right now over 15 things that are bothering you. And I want you to tell me what one thing, and just feel for it. What is bothering you the most at this second? Because that's what we want to go through. That if we go for the weakest, it'll soften the other ones.
When I get in this overwhelm, or when I get pushed to this point.
Mm-hmm. So what does this point have on my scale? What number are you at when you get in touch with that?
It seems to go to a 10, where, like you said, like just giving up. Like, I'm done fighting. I can't fight anymore. I'm done being here.
Okay, so take a deep breath. This is why I wanted to come on this show today and correct some energy. Because this is what I'm hearing from a lot of people, is they're just, because I hear from people that are really happy too. And, but I'm hearing from people where the emotions are fluctuating. And I want you to recognize that as you cry right now, that's not the same cry as crying because you want to give up. Now, I was talking about my website, and down in the little bottom corner is my little Charlotte corner. And Charlotte is that little squirrel baby that fell from the tree. And it was so interesting because, do you see how you've already changed? Now that little squirrel, she fell on September 3rd. And exactly 1 year before that, exactly 1 year to the day, a squirrel dropped a nut out on my fish deck and hit me in the head. And it was split in half and it had a heart in it. So I was like, whoa, what's this? And so I ended up putting that in the synchronicity painting. And then exactly 1 year to the day, this little squirrel dropped out. And it was after, I've had a very challenging year with not being allowed to work, and just a lot of things have happened that would be a lot for most people to take, because of when people are not allowed to work, and that's something they're used to doing. They're not allowed to see their elders, all of these things that are happening. It fundamentally is changing people, but everybody has to let go of this thought that the change is good or bad, for yourself personally, because what is bothering you about this situation, you could be in the same house with someone else, you may have noticed, and they have a different bother than you. And I'm finding the reason that this is because a lot of people are going back to their childhood. People are fundamentally frightened at the core level, like a young child would be. And so everything is kind of like an not an overreaction. There is a lot to react to, and I'm not saying to suppress. Olivia, I'm just going to skip the break here because I just feel like Trisha's expressing what so many people are emailing me and saying to me, and I really want people to understand that. And I when I went to ceremony in Peru, I was shown this very clearly. Life is very precious and it's very fragile. And that little squirrel fell right after my daughter had a horrible accident at work. And I was going into this place of just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And that is what is weakening you, because you said, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. So let's identify that. Life is precious. That little baby squirrel was orphaned. She fell probably 45 feet, bounced off the shed and onto the slate, and was laying there crying for her mama. And I know now, like I recognized after about 3 days or so that she couldn't suck. And this is how, when you start energetically shifting things, life is. Because right then I just happened to be working on the face yoga muscles of the buccinators. And I worked on her, and she started to be able to suck a little bit because I was only able to put the eyedropper of milk in her mouth and then she would swallow, but she couldn't do that. And as I worked on her, I noticed like she's starting to suck a little bit. And, but I realize now that she had quite a bad injury in her spine. And I have animals come by here quite often. I have a raven that I rescued when in the fires. And that raven was like, he could barely stand. And I energetically sat outside with that bird for 5 or 6 hours. And eventually he was able to fly. I gave him water and I just kept correcting him. And after 5 hours, he flew away. And now he comes back every day and sometimes with his friends to just sit and laugh in the tree. And he almost sounds like a parrot. It's really, really like, and he comes to make me laugh. And so when the animals are enjoying life so much and they've just been like run out of their home with a fire, or you see like a little squirrel, like I didn't know that. I'm not really a big squirrel fan, so I didn't know that squirrel mums are such good mums. And what happens is the crows and that come and they attack the nest, and then the mom has to move the babies to a safer place. And she showed up a week later on my fence, and I'm like, where were you? Your baby died. And she's like, where's my baby? And then she moved her whole family back up to the tree. And not even an hour later, another baby fell out, but she came and got that one right away. So it's kind of like that squirrel, like looking after that baby squirrel and looking after and seeing how much like those animals, their will to live, and like how they just naturally are joyful that they can. And so I want to strengthen that more for all of us, like to go back to this remembering. So when you get in touch with it now, Tricia, because as I've been talking, I've also been energetically working on you. Have you noticed your number change?
Yeah, I went down to an 8, and I'm definitely going down to a 6.
Okay, and I can hear it in your voice. So you're not, you know, fighting is not going to solve anything.
No,
I'm very, very blessed and fortunate. Very blessed and fortunate. Because I get I have a perspective from a lot of people from around the world. And I have 90-year-old people that are fighting to live. You know? And I have so much admiration for people. I have people that have been through so much. And it's about attitude. And so let's just strengthen that for everybody. Like it's
this is something I've been fighting since I was
because what's happening is a lot of people are going back to some very fundamental childhood issues. So you nailed it. You nailed the number one weakness that you have right now is that, and I've been saying this, that because of what's happening right now, a lot of people are in so much fear and so much overwhelm that because it's a thing of not knowing, not knowing what's going to happen. But you know what? You never did know what was going to happen. You just thought you did. Think about it. Then you can laugh, and so a lot of people will either laugh or they'll cry like you were earlier. And so I call that sentimental sadness, because what I'm seeing in a lot of people right now is there's a bottleneck. And it's kind of like Olivia and I were talking about the courage painting. Because courage took me, that was the longest painting. She's the solar plexus. She took me 3 years to complete. And in big part, because it's courage. And I was moving, from one place to from 2 provinces over. I was homesteading. And even for me, I had to pull out my why today again. And I'm having a good week. Okay, now you're laughing. What number are you at?
I miss you so much.
I miss you too.
Probably a 2.
I miss all of you. It makes me want to cough. That's grief. It's such a deep grief to not be able to just touch, And we were used to meeting at least 8 times a year.
Exactly.
Just for seminars. And we were also used to meeting at once a month pretty much at the fair, at all the fairs and at Illuminate and at the Mountain Festival. Yeah. And we went to all those things together. And I'm really recognizing now that a lot of my students are telling me it's really hard for them. And, that's also in Charlotte's Corner. You have to understand, when hardship comes like this, I'm not a big believer in taking the negative and trying to turn it into a positive. As far as I'm concerned, there's very little that is positive about this situation. And a lot of the reason why it's so challenging for people is when we have tons and tons and tons and tons of information, and 90% of it is misinformation of one kind or another. People are everybody's doing, there's no cohesiveness in our reality that we used to have. And then people are talking things are falling apart. And I'm getting, I know. I was so funny because I've been doing this website and I've been getting a lot of people saying, Mark, I know a lot of people and they're like, hey, why don't marketing, da, 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 da. And I had one person send me something and I laughed and laughed because it's just he was talking about like on my card of Aquarius about being able to experiment. And that's what we're doing. We're undertaking a huge experiment as humanity right now. And you have like when I test it now, what number are you at?
Still feeling it in my chest a bit, so I'm about a 2.
Okay, so just take a breath. See, this is what people don't realize. Coughing is grief a lot of the time. And now what's happening is I'm picking up the grief, not only of you, but of all the people that want to, like that, like, because we're used to connecting. So I'm going to solve that. I'm going to have a Facebook page soon for Energetic Upgrade. The new online Baby Steps program is coming up. I've got the 15-minute Get Your Shift Together, so that if people are a little bit tight or they just want to, you have like a deal you have to go to, or you have something that you want to know like quick, and I'm not neutral. So I'm putting as many things in place for my students and for my clients as I can. But I have to be really like, because there's a lot of people that need me right now. I have to have this order of emergency down to, you know what I mean? Because I have,
exactly.
So you understand. And I don't get, like, when I test it now, and you think about, okay, you don't have to fight. How does that feel? Just saying that to you. You don't have to fight.
It feels good.
Yeah. So you can lay down your sword, and you can choose to be one of those people that's too happy and irritating because of it. I was accused of being too happy all my life. And then my mentor, who's probably met a bazillion people, told me I was the happiest person he's ever met. So anyone can be happy. You also want to have true joy in your heart, right?
Exactly.
I'm very blessed because I love doing what I do, even though it's really hard right now. It's hard for me not to see you guys too. And it's like we've been working together as a group, and it will come back together. It's all good. What number are you at?
1.
Yeah. You're so good. You're good at this. Enjoy your life.
As long as I can stay here. I just need to stay at this level.
Yeah. No, it would not be possible for probably 99.999%. I'm not able to do it, to stay in my infinite potential 100% of the time. No one really can do it, and you don't need to. You only need to, slow down enough, take a deep breath, and energetically tune in. And that's why my upcoming program for the baby steps, I decided I'm going to do it in 30 days. And just 15 minutes a day, and, maybe 15 minutes if you want to spend a little extra. And I'm very confident that program will empower people. And then when I get my face yoga page moving with more people on it, we'll have community again.
Yeah.
And we will. I see it. I see it. I see it coming. And I want you to know, and I want other people to know that, like, now when I'm working very differently. And it's way faster. That's all I know. And I get a lot of pictures and sounds and stuff. And I notice my eyes are rolling around. on the videos. And normally I can stop that from happening. So I've been practicing this week to keep those. That's just me moving from one side of my brain to the other and keeping track of time and stuff. Cool. Yeah. And so, that is like, if I'm speeding up, you guys are speeding up. And what I notice is when I speed up, I feel like I'm slowing down. And it's the opposite. So that's like an opposite. When I talk about reverse perception, these might be the best days of your life because you might know yourself better now than you've ever known yourself due to these challenges. I'm really proud of you, down to one. It's pretty darn good in that amount of time.
I know what I'm not willing to stand for anymore, I guess.
There you go. So you don't have to fight for life to be good. God, it's beautiful. I traveled back and forth across Canada for 5 years teaching seminars, like 50 of them, everywhere. And I settled here. It's beautiful here. Trust me. Okay? It's cold today, though. It's really cold. We have another caller. I just want to check with you, Olivia. I want to thank you for calling in. Olivia, do we have time for me to... you're welcome. Do we have time to take just a couple minutes of the next caller and then go to break, or should we go to break first?
Yeah, let's go to break first and then...
Okay, cool. Thank you. We'll go to break.
The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens, with monthly guest host Karen Betton. Tune in for powerful conversations about health and wellness. Karen brings unique insights rich with humor and science to her discussions with experts in medicine, movement, psychology, spirituality, and so much more. Don't miss Karen on The Truth is Funny every third Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information about Karen, visit KarenBetton.com.
I have had such a good time on Tales from the Merworld Radio. It has been an opportunity for me to expand myself so dramatically and become much braver in my voice, to speak about the things that I'm passionate about that are a little bit out there. Your staff is amazing. Olivia is amazing. Jessica, everybody. Anytime I need anything, they show up right away. So thank you for having such an amazing team that is allowing me this platform to do what Spirit wants me to do.
It's time to shake out your money-making truth on Soul Wisdom Abundance with Jennifer Bloom, creating wealth from spiritual health on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show is more than your roadmap to success. It's your compass to abundance through joy and ease. Jennifer Bloom teaches you about the soul's relationship to money and wealth and how improving that relationship serves both you and the world. Learn more at JenniferBloom.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Colette Marie Steffen. You're listening to The Truth is Funny. We're on Transformation Talk Network. And I just wanted to thank Tricia for calling in. And we do have another caller, I believe, here. Olivia, I want to take that caller and see what we can do for them.
Yeah,
Are you coming to work, Stella?
We've got Marie from France. Marie, you're on with Colette Marie Steffen.
Hello, Colette.
Hi, Marie. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Hi. I'm quite well.
Stella says hi. She showed up for work late, but she showed up for you.
She's not late. She's just right on her cat time.
Yeah. So what can I do for you? She's on Paris time.
Yes, exactly. It's a Mediterranean mode. Well, thanks in large part to the work you do. I have kind of things mostly all settled. No more big roller coasters. Yeah.
All right. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, still facing some health challenges though. So the heart is all right, but funny enough, with the heart, I discovered this insufficient circulation, and there was damage to my veins from the health crisis, the health things from last year.
There was damage to your what?
Damage to the veins. So I have to have this treatment with this needle that goes in to kind of burn to close off some of the veins. And I still have this achiness inside my right lower abdomen, like midway down. Which I'll go and get checked off, of course, but it's just
on an energetic level, you're getting this all checked out and stuff. But
yes, of course.
Yeah, what's coming up is a lot of times people don't, when you spoke about your heart, you called it the heart, not my heart.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And so I've noticed that when people do that, it means that sometimes when people feel that there's a problem with their body in some way, they're diagnosed with a body part, there's something wrong with this body part, etc. They get so afraid of that body part that they kind of ignore it and change it from the rest of the body. So we want to strengthen your heart for you to really fully embrace your heart. And this is actually coming up that on an emotional level, that you are emotionally hurt on it's coming up on an emotional level through that process. And that makes sense to me after what we worked on.
Yep, I had been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is so perfect because it's Valentine's Day. And there's a lot of impact, and that's about the heart, right? And here you are bringing it up. So I want to point out that when it comes to the heart, that the blood density and the pressure is like the blood to the heart and the density of the blood to the heart has to be strong for your heart and for your system.
Right.
And so what's coming up is on some level, having had a serious health issue like that has made you question your total health.
Yes.
So when you get in touch with your, with the word that's coming up, or the two words, is falling apart.
Yeah. I felt like I was ruined.
Ruined. Like you're an ancient ruin.
That's a better way than the way I was interpreting it.
I know. I saw a picture.
Yeah,
as I said, I'm seeing pictures now.
Apart, yeah.
So, but what we want to do is just have you recognize that a lot of this it's coming up that you're questioning your health.
Yeah.
And you didn't used to question your health before this happened.
Yes.
And so welcome to the real world where 99% of the people question their health often throughout the day. And if you look at it from the perspective that your body naturally, automatically knows how to return to homeostasis.
Yeah.
It's like what I was saying, what I noticed when I started doing the face yoga, besides it really, there's so many things that happened because I understood line of sight better and I was able to change my line of sight. Line of sight is how you hold your head. And on some level, if someone's depressed, their line of vision goes down like this. And they have a tendency to look at the ground. And that changes their mood changes their posture, and their posture changes their actual vision. And it literally changes your vision.
Okay.
And so for me, it's coming up. For you, it's your vision of yourself
Yeah.
And you have like a line drawn. What's that line? Before,
I can take an eraser to it.
Before the incident, after the incident.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many years have you been on this earth?
43.
So, like, I'm not very good at math. Are you? How many days is that? Roughly. I know you're really smart.
12,000, 13 round, 14,000.
Okay.
No,
so
more.
No, way more than that. Way more than that. But you're starting to understand that it's a large number, right?
Yes, yeah. Upwards of
okay, so you've been on this earth for quite a few days.
Yep.
We don't want to freak you out how many days it really is. But how many of those days have been sick in comparison?
I've generally always been very healthy.
So how many days have you been deathly ill out of those 130,000 million days that we were trying to count?
A grand total of 10, I think, of all the different operations.
So your body has a pretty good track record.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just checking with Olivia. How much time do we have, Olivia?
Just about 4 minutes.
Okay, good. Because this is what I want to strengthen for everybody, because what if the biggest weakness for you is just believe it? See, that's why it's not about believing in yourself. It's about having faith that your body knows what to do.
Yeah, I kind of lost that.
Yeah, and when you look back, what was the number one thing that you feel caused this?
You have this knack of making people cry or laugh.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm glad you're crying, though. Everybody I worked on 6 people yesterday, and everybody was bawling.
Yeah, I'm cry laughing.
Yeah, cry laughing. So you realize how silly it is when you have, like, you're like a dinosaur. You've been on this earth so long. And 10 days of it that you can remember, you've been out of commission out of all those days. So if you think about it, your body has a much stronger memory of good days than bad days.
Yeah.
So I'm strengthened, and see the energy around this whole situation we're in as a collective is making people go to, like, hair on fire to, oh my God, the house is burning down.
Yeah.
Like, people get triggered very quickly, very easily, put a lot, and so just recognize, pull yourself back, and just have a little chuckle every time you think about it, about how old you really are. And then correct it to go back younger. Because it's kind of like that whole concept of when you're cleaning out your house, and if you really want to do it, to, like, take all the paper and put it in a room together so you can see, or all the clothes, then you can see, there's a lot here. So when you lie to yourself and you say, I don't have anything to wear, you can see, I've got all sorts of things to wear. The language is, I don't like what I have to wear. That's what I'm getting you need to define.
Funny that I've just been really going through my wardrobe and giving things away and refining new things and buying new. That's quite the apropos metaphor.
Well, there we go. Thank you for. Can we get a number before we go? Where are you at?
I kind of was sort of 8, and now I'm 0. So I was just a happy dinosaur.
We got to go because I think we're down to the last bare minute. Thank you, Transformation Talk Network. Thank you, callers. Thank you, people listening. Those of you that want to connect with me on Sunday, I'm going to be doing face yoga in the morning, and we're going to practice some self-love, strengthen our day to be awesome and amazing. Be irresistible. Bye for now.
You've been listening to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen. Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The Truth is Funny. Visit thetruthisfunny.com for more information. That's thetruthisfunny.com.
Views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the station, its management, or advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.